I just read in The Athletic that Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and Linda and Kurt Rambis and the Lakers director of player performance and health all flew all the way to Poland to show their support for Luka playing in the Eurobasket tournament. What? Man, was that cold. That was just openly taunting LeBron. That was all but dancing on LeBron's NBA grave.
Skip Bayless just said it. That was all but dancing on LeBron's NBA grave. The Lakers flew 12 hours to Europe to worship Luka Doncic while LeBron sits at home posting desperate workout videos. Paul Pierce is laughing. I sent the U-Haul to Miami in 2010. Looks like the Lakers just sent one to LeBron in 2025. From the king who ran from adversity to the king being run out of town. This is the brutal truth. Nobody wants to say out loud.
Jeannie and Rob were not pleased with LeBron's brazen social media posts of him, as you remember, working out in the Cavs facility.
Let's go back to where it all started falling apart. May 2010, Boston Garden, Game 6. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the #1 seed, are getting demolished by the Celtics. And what does LeBron James do? Paul Pierce remembers it perfectly. Everybody felt like this was going to be LeBron's last year in Cleveland. It felt good to send him out of Cleveland.
#1 seed, they couldn't get over the hump, and you just knew something was going to happen in Cleveland. That's the energy that you felt in the playoffs and all through that series. And it was just like, it felt good to send him out of Cleveland, though. It did feel good.
Pierce didn't just beat LeBron. He exposed him. In that series, LeBron quit. He averaged just 21 points in the final 3 games. He shot 34% from the field in the elimination game. His body language was terrible. He took off his jersey before even reaching the tunnel. The man who called himself the chosen one had chosen to give up. But here's what Pierce revealed that nobody talks about. Why do you think he moved to Miami Beads? I sent the U-Haul. I sent the U-Haul down there.
I would watch him, and players wouldn't be physical with him. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just like, you know, so when I patched up with him, I wanted to make sure I kept a body on him. I grabbed him, like even when he didn't have the ball, just make him work at all times. But like, you know, before he started getting any kind of consistent jumper and he didn't make free throws consistent, I would just foul him or go under screens until he got more consistent in making those shots.
Kevin Garnett was in his face. Ray Allen was locking him up. And Pierce was destroying him mentally. Remember, this wasn't their first rodeo. In 2008, Pierce dropped 41 points in Game 7, while LeBron scored 45 in a losing effort. Pierce called it one of the greatest NBA games ever, but it planted something in LeBron's mind. He couldn't do it alone against real competition. And you know what KG said after they eliminated LeBron in 2010? Sources close to the Celtics revealed that Garnett told LeBron, "You ain't built for this. You need help. You need to run to your super friends."
Nothing?
Man, listen, let me say something to you. The C's, we didn't give a fuck about LeBron. We didn't fear LeBron, and we didn't think that he can beat all 5 of us. And that's how it felt. He was trying to consolidate because he didn't want the pressure on him.
Maybe that's exactly what LeBron heard. Because 2 months later, what did he do? He formed the Miami superteam. He ran from the challenge. He ran from Cleveland. He ran from having to beat Boston by himself. But Paul Pierce just dropped a bombshell that changes everything about how we view LeBron's career. Listen to what he said about Miami, LeBron versus Cleveland LeBron. Way different. I thought he was faster, stronger, better when he got to Miami. It was crazy. Wait, what? The man who supposedly sent LeBron packing is now admitting that LeBron got better? Here's the thing. Pierce is telling us something deeper. LeBron needed to run. He needed Pat Riley's discipline. He needed Eric Spoelstra's system. He needed Wade and Bosch to hold his hand. Pierce explained it. He got under the Spoelstra umbrella, which is like Pat Riley. They don't mess around in that camp. You've got to be in major shape. It was probably the strictest and most disciplined team in the NBA. Translation? LeBron couldn't discipline himself. He needed DADDY figures to make him great. Without that structure, without those handlers, LeBron was just a supremely talented player who choked when it mattered most. And here's the speculation. Nobody wants to discuss. What if the Celtics knew this?
Nobody talks about why he left. They were #1 team in the East when he left. What happened was the whole NBA was free agents. Him, Dwayne, Chris Bosh, Yao Ming, Larry Hughes,
Melo,
Melo's, whole fucking NBA, and he's sitting there like, who we gonna get?
Not a soul.
Nobody. I just bought this team. I ain't spending no money right now. He's the biggest free agency, and they're trying to figure out, like, I got people that want to come here, and you talking about we're not gonna spend no money? If he don't get anybody, he don't win no championship.
What if they deliberately broke LeBron mentally in 2010, knowing he'd run to form a super team, knowing it would make him a villain forever? Pierce basically admitted it. That wasn't the game that sent him to Miami, but it put something on his mind. The Celtics didn't just beat LeBron, they created the narrative that would haunt him forever, that he's a frontrunner who runs when things get tough. And you know who was watching all of this? Michael Jeffrey Jordan. While LeBron was forming super teams, MJ was probably laughing. Remember what Jordan did when the Pistons were beating him up? Did he run to join Magic Johnson? Did he team up with Larry Bird? No. He got in the weight room, got stronger, and beat them. Skip Bayless has been saying this for years. LeBron took the easy way out.
LeBron is only 28-25 as a Laker in the playoffs. Only 28-25. And some people try to make the case he's the GOAT. That's more of a Billy Goat record. Billy Goat eating 10 cans record. I am not making this up. You can look it up. 28-25 in the playoffs as a Los Angeles Laker, including 2-12 in his last 3 series. Lord have mercy.
And now look at what Paul Pierce just did. He put out his top 5 players of all time: Jordan, Kareem, Bill Russell, Magic, and Kobe. Notice who's missing? LeBron James. Pierce explained, these guys either helped build up their organization or continued the tradition. Boom, there it is. LeBron didn't build anything. He mercenaried his way to titles.
Magic, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Bird.
Think about this assumption. What if every championship LeBron won came with an asterisk? Miami, super team. Cleveland, 2016, needed Kyrie's shot and Draymond's suspension. Lakers, 2020. Bubble championship that doesn't really count. Every single one required special circumstances. Maybe that's why Pierce and KG never respected LeBron the way they respected Kobe or Jordan. They saw through the facade. They knew he was mentally weak. Fast forward to 2025, and the chickens have come home to roost. Skip Bayless just exposed what the Lakers really think about LeBron.
What? Man, was that cold. That was just openly taunting LeBron. That was all but dancing on LeBron's NBA grave.
Think about this for a second. The Lakers, LeBron's own team, flew 12 hours to Europe, not to scout players, not for business meetings, but to publicly worship Luka Doncic while LeBron is back home. And what did Pelinka say? He called Luka the face of the franchise. The face of the franchise, while LeBron is still on the roster making $52.6 million.
Rob Pelinka even referred to Luka as the face of the franchise. Whew, that's funny.
But here's the explosive speculation. What if this was planned? What if Jeannie Buss has been waiting for this moment? Remember, LeBron tried to get Luke Walton fired. He tried to trade the entire young core for Anthony Davis. He's been acting like he owns the Lakers. Maybe, just maybe, this is Jeannie's revenge. Flying to Europe wasn't just about supporting Luka, it was about sending a message. LeBron, you're done here. We don't need you. We don't want you. You opted into that contract? Fine. But we're going to make your life miserable.
I mean, that was just cold. That was just in your face, LeBron James. I mean, LeBron is still the all-time leading NBA scorer ever. And now he's been forced to enter into a Cold War with the management of the team he still plays for.
And what's LeBron's response? He's posting workout videos from the Clippers facility. How desperate can you get? Skip Bayless said it best. I have never once heard of you going back to Cleveland to train in any of your 7 Laker summers. Maybe just to remind the Lakers you're still in charge? No, LeBron. You're not in charge. You're a $52 million burden that the Lakers can't wait to get rid of. Let's talk about what really happened this summer, because the media won't tell you the truth. Skip Bayless revealed it. It's starting to strongly feel like the Lakers would have been fine if LeBron had just gone ahead and opted out and gone elsewhere. They would have been fine with that. Translation? The Lakers wanted LeBron gone. They didn't offer him an extension. They didn't include him in their future plans. They signed Luka to a 3-year max extension and basically told LeBron, take your player option or get out.
I'm surprised that LeBron's surprised that he thought he was going to be able to win over Laker Nation. LeBron could have won a championship. Every year he would have been here, and he still wasn't going to surpass Kobe, and he still wasn't going to pass Magic. Look, he was a better player than D-Wade. Miami wasn't going to embrace him like they did D-Wade because D-Wade originally there. Same thing with Kobe.
I think he got a rude awakening or just reality hit his first weekend.
Yeah, they defaced the murals.
LeBron James' Laker resume doesn't have a statue here. LeBron James, the name, has a statue.
But here's where it gets really humiliating. JJ Redick, the Lakers coach, LeBron's podcast buddy, isn't even designing plays for him anymore. The offense runs through Luka. The defense is built around Luka's weaknesses, not LeBron's. Every timeout, every huddle, it's about Luka, Luka, Luka. And can we talk about the ultimate disrespect? When the Lakers made moves this summer, who did they consult? Not LeBron. They brought in DeAndre Ayton, a center LeBron reportedly didn't want. They're building a team for the future, not for LeBron's last stand. Here's the crazy assumption. What if LeBron already knows he's done? What if those Cavaliers workout videos were him begging Cleveland to take him back? Please, Dan Gilbert, I'm sorry for the decision. Let me retire where I started. But even Cleveland doesn't want him back. Even Stephen A. Smith, LeBron's biggest defender in the media, can't ignore the writing on the wall. On First Take, he dropped this truth bomb. The Lakers have made their choice, and it's Luka Doncic. LeBron James is now a supporting actor in his own movie. A supporting actor! The man who called himself the King, the Chosen One, the GOAT, is now a role player on his own team. But here's what Stephen A. didn't say but was clearly thinking. LeBron brought this on himself. He demanded max money at 40 years old. He refused to take a pay cut like Tom Brady did to help his team win. He prioritized his business over basketball. And now, the Lakers are showing him what happens when you put yourself above the team. They're not even being subtle about it. Rob Pelinka is literally standing next to Luka in Europe saying, "This is our guy," while LeBron is posting Instagram videos like a desperate ex-girlfriend. "Look at me, I'm still working out. I still got it." No, LeBron, you don't still got it. The Lakers just told the whole world that you don't. And you want to know who's laughing the hardest right now? Kyrie Irving, the man who LeBron tried to make his sidekick, the man who hit the biggest shot in Cavaliers history but had to watch LeBron take all the credit. Remember what Kyrie said when he left Cleveland? "I don't want to be anyone's sidekick anymore." And what happened? LeBron was devastated. Ty Lue revealed that when LeBron found out about the Kyrie trade, he dropped the marker and just lays back in his chair for about 10 minutes, doesn't say a word, like pissed off. Crushed! The King was crushed because his Robin flew away. But here's the ultimate irony. Now LeBron is experiencing what Kyrie felt. Now LeBron is the sidekick. Now LeBron is being pushed aside for a younger, better player. Karma is undefeated. Maybe that's why Kyrie has been so quiet about all this Lakers drama. He doesn't need to say anything. The universe is doing his talking for him. LeBron is getting a taste of his own medicine, and it's bitter. And here's the speculation that'll blow your mind. What if Kyrie knew this would happen? What if he saw that LeBron would eventually become a shell of himself, desperate for relevance, clinging to teams that don't want him? Maybe that's why he left when he did. He saw the fall coming before anyone else. But the most telling sign? Magic Johnson's silence. The Lakers legend who recruited LeBron, who promised him the world, who said LeBron would lead the Lakers to multiple championships? Where is he now? Crickets. Magic isn't tweeting about LeBron anymore. He's not defending him on TV. He's not at Lakers games sitting next to him. You know what Magic is doing? Posting about Luka Doncic. Think about what that means. The greatest Laker of the modern era has abandoned LeBron. He's moved on to the next generation. Here's my theory. Magic regrets recruiting LeBron. He thought he was getting 2013 Miami LeBron, but he got old, broken down, drama-filled LeBron instead. And now Magic is trying to distance himself from the disaster. Remember, Magic knows what it takes to be a Laker legend. You need grace. You need to know when to step aside. You need to put the purple and gold above yourself. LeBron has done none of that. The Lakers flying to Europe wasn't just support for Luka. It was a funeral for LeBron's Lakers career. They might as well have sent him a pink slip saying, "Your services are no longer required." And you know what the saddest part is? LeBron knows it. That's why he's posting those desperate workout videos. That's why he's floating Clippers rumors. That's why he's trying everything to stay relevant. But it's over. The king who ran from Boston in 2010 is being run out of Los Angeles in 2025. The crown has fallen and nobody's picking it up for him anymore.